Hello, vinyl community! Time for another video with some of the latest found records in my collection. It's Friday evening, early Friday evening. It's been another long and heavy week filled of work. But now at least I have a nice Saturday that I can keep free from work ahead of me. So, let's show some of the recent vinyl finds this week, and the first one came as a bit of a surprise because it's an album that I ordered, well, maybe 3 months ago, 3 months ago, but it never, I didn't get it, so I more or less forgot about it until I got a message, well, the record is on its way, and it got to me a couple of days ago, and I've had a listen to it, and it's very good. And it's this album, Focus 10, and it's a double album in blue vinyl on the Back on Black Prog Classics label. It's a 100 gram pure vinyl issue. And I think you can guess who made the cover art here. Yes, of course, it's Roger Dean. And very nice issue. I have to, both aesthetically and musically. Yep. And I can show you that. It's a double album, so it's around 50 minutes of music on 2 vinyl albums. So the grooves are quite spacey, and well. So what about the musical contents then? Well, Jan Akkerman is not in the group, but Thijs van Leer, sorry, my Dutch collector fellow friends, for my pronunciation, but I don't know if that's a right way to pronounce it, but anyway, he's in the band, and Pierre van der Linder, who play the drums, and also I think I played with Trace in the 70s, I'm not sure there, is with the group, and this is a bit more jazzy than the old-time Focus, but very relaxing, and also with some tracks that where they actually show their old style glory. But even those less Focus-like tracks are quite nice. So it's very nice. I like Focus, and I'm actually quite interested in getting hold of the Focus 8 and Focus 9 after finding this, but I don't know if they were ever released on vinyl. I'm a bit hesitant there. Anyway, I got this and I'm happy about it. Glorious, nice issue. Okay, yeah, I've been trying to find some of the albums from the proudest prog group of the Decca label. Well, I'm speaking, of course, about Camel. I haven't been able to find their most famous one, Mirage, or the most celebrated one, but I found some of the 80s, and I found a live album around New Year, and now I got hold of 2 of the 70s albums too. This is music inspired by the Snow Goose. Very nice. The album is, the cover is not in tip-top condition, but the record is great, and this is very good music. I really love it, and I'm sure I'll be able to find even some of the other the first Camel albums sooner or later. I know I can. Here's another one, Moon Madness too. Camel. Also great prog album on Decca, with nice texture sleeve, bit leather-like. Right, then I bought this for almost nothing. Guantanamera, the Sandpipers. It's a German London issue, and well, this is maybe easy listening meets folk rock, folk pop. They had a great hit. This is their first album. I'm not a collector of the Sandpipers, but I have to say the cover is a bit interesting, because we have a lady here in some sort of beach pajamas that wasn't part of the group. But let's see if we can let the, well, probably not, let the camera. Does she look familiar? Well, if I say whipped cream, yeah, it's Dolores Eriksson, the photo model who most famous for being on the Herb Albert Whipped Cream and Other Delights album cover. And this is not as a famous sleeve, not as raunchy, so, and the music is maybe not as cool as the Whipped Cream album, but still nice to have. I got hold of this nice 1970s compilation album, Hits of the Mercy Era, Volume 1 on EMI, with the lovely record number NUT 1, NUT1. Well, there's Jerry and the Pacemakers, Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, the Swinging Blue Jeans, Cilla Black, many of the most famous songs that they had. How Do You Do It? Do You Want to Know a Secret? The Hippie Hippie Shake, Searching by the Hollies, and so on. So it's a very nice compilation. I think it's from the late 70s that this was issued. I couldn't find a issue date, but it has the tan and red EMI label that was mainly used from 1973 up until the late 70s, early 80s. Great compilation. Yeah, here's another interesting compilation. A 10-inch vinyl album called Guillotine. And it's on the Virgin label. And what do we have here? Well, we have Rocky Erickson, X-Ray Specs, Ecstasy, Avant Gardner, The Motors. Quite an odd issue. I've never seen this before, so I thought it was. And it feels really strange to hold up a record in the 78 RPM form, or well, size, the 10-inch, with the Virgin label. So it's a nice compilation, and I don't really know that much about it, other than it's like a sampler from the Virgin label. Junior Walker and the All-Stars. Found this. Peace and Understanding is hard to find. It's on the Soul label, which is one of the sub-labels to Motown. It's from 1973. Very happy to find this. In an earlier video I called him J.R. Walker. Sorry, that's really bad. Junior Walker, of course. I don't have that much with Ry Cooder, but I managed to find this for almost nothing. Bop Till You Drop from 1979. It's on Warner Brothers. It looks more 80s, like an 80s sleeve than anything else. Swedish singer-songwriter. I talked about her earlier in this blog. I think. I seem to recall I've done so many videos and talked about so many records. Mia Sunbae. Today mostly working as an artist. This is an album from 1982. she had a great hit in 1979, 1980 with a song called Svart eller vitt, Black or White. Not related to the Michael Jackson song. Much better than the Michael Jackson song. Right, we have not that known album here with a singer called Christina Anderson, where she sings songs by Bertolt Brecht and also songs by the Russian poet, I think it's Russian, not sure, Bulat Okutshava, of the Bluebell label from 1982. And I don't know that much about Christina Anderson actually, but I think she's an actress in the beginning. So, okay, another Björn Gison Lind. He made a couple of albums on the Europe theme together with pianist Staffan Scheja. This is the first one, Europa or Europe. The second one was called Spirits of Europe or something like that. This is on Virgin from 1984. Yeah, this I bought mainly because I don't really collect motion picture soundtracks. This I bought because it's somehow connected to the favorite magazine of my childhood, the Mad. Mad magazine presents Up to the Academy. I have never seen this movie, but I'm trying to get hold of it. It's not, well, you can do that these days in different ways. But I thought the contents would be really more mad, but what do we have here? Well, we got Blondie, Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers, Pat Benatar, Sammy Hagar, Blow Up, stuff like that. So, yeah, paid nothing for it. Yeah, well. Also another motion picture soundtrack that I actually like very much. This is just an upgraded copy. The Sting on MCA. I have another copy that's in worse condition, so this is an upgraded copy. I like the Scott Joplin music, and I like the arrangements of Marvin Hamlish on this album, and it's a great movie as well. Right, finally, I'm going to show you a compilation album called Who Will Buy These Wonderful Evils, Volume 4. Was issued by the record store Hot Stuff. The 3 previous volumes were issued by a record label Dolores. But I'm not sure if that label is still active now when I see that this was issued by the actual record store. This contains different Swedish psychedelic groups, a bit pop music, a bit, well, we have November on this album. We have the Swedish singer Tommy Körberg that Jonas Sublime Media has mentioned a couple of times. We have the group Troublemakers. We have the prog duo Gin and Grappo, Staffan Stenström, Hasse Hepp, Uffe Neidemar, Anders Nelson. The Latin group that's very sought after in Japan, Gimmicks, we have here with 1 track, and also the small town Eskilstuna's answer to the Beatles, namely Kurt Görans, with a nice pop song called Misery is Such a Mystery. So I've got the previous 3 volumes. The first 2 ones were in very colorful vinyl. The number 3 and number 4 has been in more regular black vinyl. Maybe there were color vinyl issues too, but I didn't get any. So this is a nice compilation of Swedish, well, pop, psychedelic, prog beat music from the late 60s and early 70s. Yeah. Well, that's about it for this time. I wish you all a nice weekend and spin a record today.